Liverpool hurdle, 3 miles half a furlong. Here's the field. 1 is Big Bucks, Ruby Walsh. 2, Carlito Briganti, Davy Russell. 3, Grand Cru, Tom Scudamore. 4, Guanaco is Daryl Jacob. Number 5, Carabac, AP McCoy. 6 is Khyber Kim, Paddy Brennan. 7, Nakara Bow, Jan Faltacek. Number 8 is Markington, Tom O'Brien. 9, Richard Johnson. 10, Sentry Duty, Barry Garrity. And 11, 1 in the dark, is the mount of Andrew Lynch. So all 11 go in our first race here at Aintree this afternoon.
Yes, your favourites here for this BGC Partners Liverpool hurdle is Big Bucks at 4 to 6. It's Grand Cru at 3 to 1, 10 to 1 for Carlito Briganti. It's 16 to 1 now, Khyber Kim, 20 to 1 Carabac, and 25 to 1 Bar. What's happening, Gary?
Well, all the public down here, John, want Big Bucks. John Hughes, the Irish bookie, put up 4 to 6, laid a 9,000 to win 6, and at the same time, somebody come in and had £2 on Grand Cru at 7 to 2. Only a 2-horse race, according down here to the punters.
It is a very different course, this, obviously, to Cheltenham. It's very flat here. And Big Bucks, though, has won for the last 2 years running, coming here after Cheltenham. This is him coming out onto the course, and he's just such a talented horse. Everything really did not play to his favour in the World Hurdle at Cheltenham. They went no pace early on. Ruby had to have him very handy. And coming down to the last here, keep your eye on Ruby. Gives him one smack, goes to give him a second, and he drops his whip. There, it's gone. So he has to go hands and heels there, and he's a horse that idles slightly in front. Tom Scudamore, I thought, rode a brilliant race on Grand Cru. The grey on the really delivers him late, but still can't manage to beat Big Bucks.
No, it was perfect ride by Tom. He just produced him spot on, and the stick didn't matter, did it? You know, Ruby's just thrown the reins at him, and the old horse has got his ears pricked again at the line.
Well, the big question here, Mick, is can Grand Cru turn the tables this time? Now, if you were Tom Scudamore, what are you going to do to try and get the better of the champion this time?
The thing is here, this is a track that I think that really will favour this horse.
OK, they're off and running, setting off over 3 miles. We'll be talking to Mick mid-race as well, just to get his opinion on what Tom Scudamore's tactics are likely to be. So they're off and running, and they head towards the first of 13 flights. Nakara Bow out in front by 2 or 3 lengths. Guanaco, the green cap, up in second, followed then by Carlito Briganti, who settles third on the outside of Postle. They're followed further back by Big Bucks, who's fifth, right in centre field early. Followed next on the inside by Carabac, the white cap, and further back in the field is One in the Dark. They're followed out wider by Markington, and further back is Sentry Duty. Tom Scudamore has got Grand Cru smothered up between horses, back about second or third last at this time. He's got him switched off, and back on the inside is Khyber Kim. So on settling down, Nakara Bow leads them past the stands and out into the country on the first occasion. They've got 2 circuits here, and Nakara Bow out in front by a length and a half to Guanaco second, 3 away Postle, 3 lengths further back then Carlito Briganti, followed by Big Bucks in fifth, a length and a half further back in the field Khyber Kim from Carabac. So they come now to the second. Further back in the field behind Carabac, the outside is at this stage One in the Dark, who's made some ground. So too Grand Cru, who's made ground in the centre. Khyber Kim is further back from Sentry Duty as they come to the third, and back towards the rear Markington, who's lost some ground. So heading down the back now, and Nakara Bow out in front. Nakara Bow by a length Guanaco. 3 away then is Postle up in third place, the Black Sleeves on the inside. They're followed next in the field by Carlito Briganti, and Big Bucks, the noseband, right there in about 5th position, and has been right from the outset as they go over the 4th. Further back in the field then is Khyber Kim at this stage, followed back towards the rear by Grand Cru, but Nakara Bow bowling along here. And at this stage, Mick, we've got Tom Scudamore back towards the rear on Grand Cru, and in front of him Big Bucks. In fact, now he's positioned himself on the inside to be tracking the favourite.
He's shadowing him, and he's keeping him well within his sights. He's not going to let him go. A lot of people felt that he'd left him, Big Bucks, slip him when they turned at the top of the hill, but no such thing here. But I'd just be a bit worried, because Grand Cru, for me, he's been a bit keen, and he's doing a little bit too much, and I'm sure Tom Scu would like him to be slightly better set.
So that's the dilemma Tom Scu faces. He can't get him lit up too early, and he'll be just now. Big Bucks just throwing his head around a bit there on the inside, and Grand Cru has gone up on his outside as they come now to the 5th. He's about a length and a half behind him there as they clear that. as they come up the home straight on the first occasion. Nakara Bow leading from Guanaco and Postle, a length and a half. Calito Briganti, Big Bucks on the inside, keen enough for him at the 6th. Grand Cru's only a length behind him. He's much closer than he was at Cheltenham. Further back then is One in the Dark, followed then by Sentry Judy and Khyber Kim, and 6 or 8 lengths to Markington as they come up now towards flight number 7. And the leader to it is Nakara Bow on the inside by 2 lengths. So on the outside, Guanaco, then in third is Postle. Further back then, Big Bucks. Half a length away then on the outside, Calito Briganti, and in behind them is Grand Cru, who's still only a length and a half behind the favourite and tracking him as they go to the judge with a circuit remaining. 2 lengths away, One in the Dark. Carabac the inside, Khyber King the centre. 3 lengths away, Sentry Judy and Markington is at the rear. But as they race out of the straight now, Big Bucks, would you be happy, Mick?
I'd be very happy, and I would think Ruby's almost, I wouldn't be surprised if Ruby's given Darryl Jacob a bit of a shout in front of him and told him to go on a little bit. Just see Ruby peeking through his legs there just to try and get a view of where Grand Cru is. He knows he'll be somewhere close to him.
He's much closer than he was at Cheltenham, that's for sure, as Nakara Bow leads them into the back in this Liverpool hurdle and goes towards flight number 8. Guanaco jumps it in second. Postle in third, then Big Bucks fourth. Grand Cru a half length away. Half a length then to Calito Briganti. A length and a half, Khyber Kim, and One in the Dark, then Carabac, and 2 lengths then to Sentry Judy at the 9th. And now Big Bucks is starting to loom up. He's getting a bit closer as he moves up now into second. Nakara Bow the leader by a length and a half. Big Bucks now starting to stride up. Guanaco's gone. They're followed by Calito Briganti and Postle, a half length. The Grand Cru is coming into it as they come now or out. Nakara Bow on the inside of Big Bucks, who jumped it like a stag. In third place is Calito Briganti. They're followed by Grand Cru in behind in fourth, followed by Postle. Further back, One in the Dark, and then Khyber Kim as they leave the back now and race across the top of the track. Nakara Bow led from the outset, but about to be tackled by their champion. Big Bucks on the outside, looking for his 12th consecutive win over hurdles. In behind them, Calito Briganti going particularly well. So too is Grand Cru. They're followed then by One in the Dark and Khyber Kim and Postle as they start to group up now, coming around the home turn. Big Bucks in front, a long way out here. 3 left to jump. He's a length in front of Calito Briganti. A half away then on the inside, the grey Grand Cru, followed by One in the Dark and Khyber Kim and Nakara Bow as they straighten up for home now, and Grand Cru gets through on the inside to go up and join the champ. They touch down together, but Ruby still hasn't gone for the champion, Big Bucks. It's Grand Cru the inside throwing out the challenge. Big Bucks on the near side. They come to the second last. Grand Cru fluent. He's a neck in front now. But Big Bucks the outside. 6 or 8 lengths away then. Battling on as One in the Dark, followed by Calito Briganti. But Big Bucks on the near side comes to the last with his old foe, Grand Cru. They jump it together. Big Bucks, though, is going much the better. Big Bucks on the near side, striding away now from Grand Cru. About 8 lengths away, One in the Dark and Calito Briganti. But he's far too good. The champion, Big Bucks. He makes it 12 in a row. A stunning performance. Absolutely outclasses him. Big Bucks in the colours of the Stewart family. Wins it well for Ruby Walsh. In second, Grand Cru. Back in third place then, a mighty run by One in the Dark. Then Calito Briganti, Nakara Bow. They're followed by Khyber Kim and Postle, and behind them is Markington. And they're followed by Sentry Judy, Guanaco, and Carabac is going to be last to finish. But a wonderful performance by Big Bucks. He was absolutely supreme.
He was supreme, but the man on top deserves a fair bit of credit because he's so tactically aware, Ruby, and you can see what he was doing. He's moved up down the back because he knew Tom Skew was in his slipstream, and then he slowed the race up. As they left the back straight, he's pulled it up and he's almost said, right, come on, I'm going to stop you now because I know you're going to kick when we turn for home, and basically I'm going to outstay you again.
Well, jockeys, both of them, first and second, exchanging views there in a very warm and appreciative atmosphere after the running of our first race on Grand National Week. And what a race it was. The champion, Big Bucks, making it 12 in a row by winning the Liverpool hurdle.
That was just utterly dismissive. I mean, honestly, Grand Cru is a really, really good horse, and he's done everything to try and make Big Bucks at least put a bit of effort in, but he doesn't have to. He just mocks him. He can look. Listen. I don't even have to try. And Ruby Walsh was so cool on top. He's looking behind just to check there's nothing else that's coming out of the pack. That he's only got Grand Cru to beat. Just lets the reins out a tiny bit. Doesn't have to do much more. Big Bucks pricks his ears and says, "Thank you very much." That is 12 wins in a row over hurdles. This is one of the best hurdles we have ever seen. Full stop. One of the best jumpers we've ever seen. Paul Nicholls could barely bear to watch until he knew he was safely over the last. Let's see how he feels now.
Yep, Paul Nicholls, who needs to eat during the week?
Well, it just shows you, these things are there.